Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. A great big shout out to my channel members for supporting my channel. Thank you. All right, so I wanted to do a video on my Hobonichi Techo Avec for 2025, at least for the first 6 months. And I'll actually show you what my plans are for this year. So I've got these 4 A5 covers, all from Hobonichi. This is the Spy Family cover that came out this year. This is not in leather, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So this I plan to use for the first quarter of the year, and then I plan to switch into this Spy Family A5 cover for the second quarter to finish out this Avec right here. And then for the third quarter of the year, I'll move into this. Now this is not One Piece related, but it reminds me of the Marines in One Piece. I'll probably add a sticker to this cover regarding One Piece. And then this is the Techo Avec I'm going to be using from July through December. And then the last quarter, I will switch back to this, which is the One Piece leather cover that I got a couple of years ago, which is currently warehousing my current or the most recent Techo Avec that I was using. I do need to film this just to document it here on my channel, so that's why it's still in there. So that's my plans by way of covers. And so the deco in here is actually very minimal. I had bought this little ruler stencil set. I will probably never use it. I do have the One Piece version of it, and I've never used that. And I do have something behind it so that I can see it. This is Mr. Chimera right there from Spy Family. This is a little lamb keychain thing that Anya had bought for her friend Becky. These are One Piece related, but I love One Piece, so it's still going to be in here, and I'll actually move it into the other systems as I go along. Zoro is my favorite character, and this comes with any of the One Piece Hobonichi related items. Now, the Spy Family stuff that came out this year totally threw me for a loop. I didn't realize they were going to do it, and so I had to adjust my budget and adjust my thinking, but I do love this anime, so it wasn't that difficult for me. I can tell you that I have no problems with this cover, but it is slightly different from the One Piece leather one, only because this piece on that one opens. This one is sewn shut, but otherwise everything else is exactly the same. Now I do have a Midori cover on here because I do want to keep this pristine. I thought that this actually looked really well with the buildings here, so that's why I kept the yellow. I know for some people they just absolutely hate this color. For some people they don't mind it. I was neither here nor there, but I thought this actually looked really well together. These are things that I need for my work, and so that's why they slide back here, but I like knowing that it ties in there with that, so that's why I kept it as is, because I certainly could have covered this with like scrapbooking paper or whatever. I don't know if there's a glare, but I just put a bunch of different stickers on here. This is Miss Anya when she's all up in her head thinking. And then some of these things I think just, every time I see this, that just makes me smile. Thanks, I hate it. I like pretty things and the word. And if I ever had to run for my life, I would probably die. And then this is a recent acquisition. It's from Sticky Club, and it says peace was never an option with the duck and the knife. So it's a little different from what I did for last year, but I love it. Every time I open up that cover, it just makes me smile. And then I added some things here, and I'm at a place where I'm okay with it, but I definitely think this collaging aspect was much more effective than this one. But I just kind of threw up stickers on there, and that's what I got. This is actually some vellum paper that's an offshoot of something else that I have that you'll see in a little bit. So for this here, I just covered up 2026. I will be using this as a period tracker. I thought I would keep it in my health tracker, and I actually might do it in both places, but I have this with me all the time. My health tracker, I keep it here at home. So just in case I need to remember to write it down, like I said, I wouldn't be using this for anything else, so I might just have it in both places. And then this is just a piece of notebook paper from something I picked up from Jet Pens. And then this is just a card of an affirmation card set that I have that says, "The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose thought over another," by William James. Now, I don't normally go for the inspirational, motivational stuff, but I've been dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety, and so I like these things to just help remind me that there are things that I can do to help alleviate some of it. Not all of it's going to go away, but I can try to change my mindset on how I'm thinking or approaching things, and that might help. Now, these index pages, I've never really known how to use. In the Hobonichi Weeks, which I used for about 2.5 years, I never used them because they were just too small. In the Avec that I used for the latter part of 2024, I had come up with a system, but it fell by the wayside when I got super busy. So right now, I'm going to use this as sort of a tracker. So for instance, it's the 5th of January. And I've had 2 servings of fruits or vegetables. I've had at least 34. I've had 2 bottles of water. So yeah, 34 ounces of water. And I did that. And yes, if there's multiple check marks, there was multiples of that day. These are the color of the month. I actually had done some stamping here, but these colors didn't come up really well in the stamp, so I just covered it with a sticker. And I have these Spy Family stickers that are probably hard to see for you guys because they're holographic, but I plan to just use that here just to take the space. And then I pulled a card thinking, okay, what should I think about for January by way of a tarot card, and it was the Page of Pentacles, which is the Page of Coins, and that means diligence, financial opportunity, and skill development. So there's just some things for me to think about as I'm going into the rest of January. This was the next 6 months of index. I'm not really sure what to do with this one. I'm certainly not going to use this one. So for this, I just put my horoscope. I researched for the first half of the year. I will actually be doing this again when I go into the second half of my Hobonichi Techo Avec. And so I am a Leo. I looked at some things by way of relationships, things to look forward to, well-being, and then just things to think about. And then these are just some Sticky Club stickers. This is vellum that I had picked up from Temu. It doesn't really fit, and I was all about to buy some more vellum, but honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't actually need it. I just like to have the separation, and I just think it's really pretty. 2025, we're going into 2025. It will be the year of the snake. I am a rat in the Chinese horoscope, so I actually looked up year of the snake by way of the rat, and then just wrote some things down. I don't actually refer to this ever. I'll probably look at this again when I'm setting up the next 6 months, but I'm just really thinking about this stuff while I'm writing it down. And then this is actually a sticker from Fruits Basket. It's an anime that I really, really like because strangely enough, it was really hard to find either mice or rat stickers. I know, weird, right? And then I did a tarot pull of just, okay, thinking about this next 6 months. So what should I think about? What should I think about? I pulled the 7 of coins and then the shadow card, which is basically the card at the bottom of the deck of what might be hidden or what might be some obstacles in my way. And again, this is just what those cards meant. And while I was writing down the meaning, I was thinking about that, and I can always refer back to this throughout the year. Again, another vellum sheet just tipped in, and then I pulled 2 oracle cards with the same process where what should I think about in the upcoming 6 months. This was the top card and this was the shadow card, and thought about that as I was writing that down. And this is actually the December monthly calendar, and as you can see, I mean, once the writing goes over the top of it, at least the way that my brain works, none of those lines or numbers or anything prove problematic. It doesn't actually faze me because it's ultimately it's just paper. I do need to write down all of my meetings and webinars and trainings and whatever, because that's what goes here in this monthly section. The last week, the second and the third, I was actually quite busy, so I didn't have a chance, so I plan to do that sometime this upcoming week. This was the first week of the weekly section, so this is going to be my theme. In fact, I don't need July in the monthly in this because this actually only goes from January through June. So this is going to be where I have my monthly themes. At least that's the intention. If I fall off of that, I mean, it was already going to be wasted space, so I don't really care. So those are the 3 colors of the month, and then those are from the various sticker books that I'm using, which is what you see here. So I've got that pink, or one of the pink pens here. The 30th through the 1st, I actually had some vacation day, although I did work some hours just to keep on top of my email and tasks. The 2nd and the 3rd were actually really busy days for me. So there's a lot of tasks and a lot of tasks built into those tasks. And then yesterday I did pull a tarot card thinking, okay, what should I think about for the upcoming week? And as I'm writing down the meaning of what the card is, then I'm just thinking about that. And I just like that little exercise on either a daily or weekly basis because it just helps me do some self-reflection that isn't tied to my emotions. And I've really been enjoying that. I've already done a video where I set up this, and so at this top section, this is my completed tasks. I write the location of where I am, either working from home or in the office. This is where I list what I've eaten for lunch. One of these boxes is going to be my daily tarot pull, and the other one's going to be the word of the day. This most likely will be either a tarot or oracle pull for the upcoming week, and then the rest of the space I don't really need at this time. I am only setting up the weekly sections on a week-to-week basis, and so that's all I have for that. But in the daily sections, I've actually started some things. So you do get 2 kind of note pages before you hit the dailies, and so that's still blank. I've got a vellum tip-in, and that's still blank. And for right now, that's going to stay blank. I didn't actually use it in the last one. I don't know what I'm going to use it for this one, but it's there, and it's not hurting anything if it does stay blank. This intro page is just always going to be just very simple intro into the month. And then, like I said, I'm using the 3 colors. 761, 723, and 772 of my Tombos. For the month, I do put the background wash on first, and then I put stickers on top. I'm continuing the process where I'm just writing down the things that kind of stand out for the day, good, bad, or whatever, just makes the day different. And then while I'm actually doing the journaling aspect of this, I'm writing some keywords that kind of pop out for that day, maybe adding some additional text and calling it a day. And so far I am caught up because It is currently January the 5th. So I did do this yesterday, and I have started setting up some of the washes on here, and I just scribble some pen on a plastic sheet, add some water, plop it down, let it dry, and then just go from there. Now, adding water to these pages bulks up this journal. So as you can see, this one here is the one from the last 6 months. This one here is the one for the current 6 months. All those wavy pages have those ink kind of background on it, but I did buy a set of these elastic bands from Amazon, and once I'm done with this, because I still need to finish some back journaling as well as film the completed journal in and of itself, then I'm just going to wrap several of these around here just to keep this as thin as I can. I don't necessarily like a gator mouth, although this is nowhere near gator mouth status, but the flatter it is, the easier it is for me to store it. So I will just wrap several of these around here. So even though I know that these are going to fluff up this journal, I love the effect of seeing that. Now, because all of the colors are in the same family, it doesn't make as distinct of a background as in previous months that I've done, but with the addition of the stickers and the color contrast, I think it's just really pretty. And so I have set up some days, and later on today I'll set up some more. And because it is a start month for this school that I work in, I work at a community college, I might actually also start placing down stickers and then just working around. I do have my health journal that has some journaling spots in it. So if I stuck stickers down and then I still needed more space to write, I do have places to put that. And there are also some note pages in the back here. I do have my monthly budget that's in the back, and I miscounted. So I actually was going to use this as the header and then start the month here, but I totally miscounted. So this actually, none of these pages in this back I have ever used in anything, Hobonichi Weeks or the Avec. And so I just have my budget sheet down on the bottom of this. Again, I won't show that to you guys. And then I'll know better for the last 6 months of my Hobonichi Avec setup of when I put that down. And then I just like having that all in one space. The stickers probably won't add anything additional too. I didn't put anything in the back since I never really actually see it, because when it's in the cover, it just slides in. Eventually I'll add one of those elastic bands to just keep it a little bit more secure. But I think the cover that has the closure like this, and I'm sorry for the glare, can actually expand a little more. So I don't need to try to keep this as flat as possible, because my concern is I won't be able to snap this shut. And while I'm pretty lax on a lot of things, that would bother me a lot. Hence the reason why I'm going to use 4 different covers throughout the year. All right, guys, well, that is my setup. I've learned over the years that it's just easier for me to enjoy the process and set up off camera, and then just show you the flip through of when I'm done, just because the thought of trying to stay in frame, trying to think through a process, trying to place things down and then talk through it, because I don't do voiceovers or put music to my videos. It's just, it makes the process not as fun as I'd like it to be. So that's my setup for 2025. I'd love to know what you guys think and what you are using for your 2025 journal or planner system. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, well, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.